It is time for Saturday night's main event, May 2025 of the year of our Lord. Got 5 matches coming to you guys today, and we are going to break it all down, give you guys our picks. These are our official predictions. And right now, we got Mr. T. Reese, who is in the lead right now with 15 points, Sean with 14, and myself with 13. So, am I going to be able to catch up to these guys? I hope so. But I have a feeling, looking at this match card, we're probably going to have a lot of the same picks. But with that, guys, welcome to the 716 Sports Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Mike, joined by Mr. T. Reese and Mr. Sean O'Neill. And as always, guys, smash that like and subscribe button. We really appreciate it. And let's just kick it right off, guys. So, as I mentioned, we've got a 5 match card. Initially was 4, but they added a match last night. So let's actually talk about that one first. It's going to be for the rematch for the Women's United States Championship title between Zelina Vega and Chelsea Green. And as I mentioned, this was added last night. So any initial thoughts on the match before we get into predictions with this one being added?
It doesn't matter who's holding this title, they're just a placeholder.
That's
I
a
think that
fascinating take.
so I think that this is what whoever wins here is building towards a bigger name person taking the title off of them at the actual next true PLE. That way they can put some prestige on this title. Because as of right now, it doesn't really mean a whole lot.
Oh, we can't hear you, Reese.
My bad.
There we go.
I think this is a hold. This is just a holdover. We're just waiting for him to move it over to somebody else to get some better storylines going and some better wrestlers going. Um, like I said, this Saturday, this main event show is just a placement show. This
Yeah.
is just to get us up into Money in the Bank. I don't think there's gonna be a whole lot that comes out of this other than that Cena truth thing, but we'll get to that. But I just don't think you're going to get much in terms of direction of storylines out of this. You may end some storylines through main event, but I don't think you're going to get a whole lot.
Damn well better end one of the storylines, but we'll get to that. So,
Mhm.
who do you have as the winner, Sean?
I think Chelsea Green wins.
Takes the title back?
I do. I think there's too much interference and Chelsea wins the title back.
Reese?
You know what? This is the one match, and I've been going back and forth with, and the only reason I'm going back and forth is because I don't think she's had the title long enough to swap it. Be kind of weird just to swap it right back after this. I'm trying to keep my lead here, man. I am going to say Zelina.
You stand on that. Good.
I'm standing
Proud,
on it.
proud of you.
I
I think Zelina holds on to it. I don't think this match is going to have an ending.
I agree with you. I think Selena is also going to win, more specifically because she took the pin on SmackDown this
Mm-hmm.
past Friday, like went in her triple threat with Charlotte and Julia. Julia pinned her clean, and I just don't think you're going to pin her 2 nights in a row like that. So
Yep.
I think she beats Chelsea, and I think they both go on to different things. Chelsea's going to find her way into the Money in the Bank match, and I think Zelina is going to eventually find herself in a feud with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss.
I could see that.
So, moving on to, as you mentioned, feuds that need to end. Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre in a steel cage match. This needs to end. This needs to be the end of this feud. This is
Mm-hmm.
like this is their third match, and I I'm done with it. I mean, I like both guys. I really like Drew, but I need to see them both go on to different things at this point. But let's kick it over to predictions. Reese, I'll start with you on this one. Who do you got and why?
It's going to be Drew. I think this is where it's going to end at. I think they're going to give it. I think Drew wins this one. They got to end the storyline. You can't have him not win. Otherwise, this feud keeps going now. I mean, what do you do with Drew if he loses now? You just sweep him up and be like, okay, we'll just move you over to somebody else to have a feud with. I just think that as far as ceiling, Drew has a higher ceiling as of right now, and there's more going on with him behind the scenes, and well, in terms of storylines and crossing storylines. I think you got to give it to Drew here just to end this whole fiasco. This is absurd. There's no reason any type of feud and having people wrestle this often and this much in a year, and we're talking almost a year with these two. I just don't see how you keep going. You can't. You got to give it. You got to give it to Drew.
It's actually been longer than a year because technically took the title off of him at last year's WrestleMania.
That's right. That's right.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but Drew has won the last two major things against Priest, correct?
Yeah.
Well, not really, because the Backlash match didn't really count.
Right.
Like they weren't. It was a 4-way, so neither one of them won technically.
But he won the street fight at Mania, which is where this honestly should have concluded. I don't know that I trust WWE to end this correctly, though. I mean, you're going to end this without Priest having gotten a single win, basically.
But who's it hurt?
Priest.
It hurts Drew way more, in my opinion, especially if all of the rumors to be believed, which we'll talk about when we get to the main event. But spoiler alert, Drew is very likely to be feuding with Cody as a holdover for, before you put Cody right back into a program with John Cena. You can't have Drew going into that on a loss.
I mean,
he's going to lose to Cody. Like, even if him and Cody split, the rubber match will be won by Cody. Like, I think all three of us will agree to that. Like, yeah. Drew is not beating Cody in a feud.
This is the match, though, that I kind of was struggling with picking, and I mean, I'm begrudgingly going to take McIntyre because of your exact point from right there. But I don't know that I trust WWE to do the smart thing here and not have Priest randomly win. But the smart play is McIntyre, so I'll begrudgingly take McIntyre.
I agree for all the points that I had made mention of. Right, yep. Like it's got to be McIntyre. Like
it makes no sense to keep this going. It just doesn't make any sense. Bad business right now.
So moving along to probably the second most predictable match on the card, we have CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker. I'd love to hear from either one of you guys if you think CM Punk and Sami Zayn are going to win this. I'd be fascinated to hear how you get through that logic. But let's go ahead.
This is automatically Seth Rollins. I'm going to do this before Sean starts going on some crazy rant about something that doesn't make any sense. But this is going to be Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker. They're going to give it to him, obviously. And I think we get a third person introduced in the main event. That's what I firmly believe. It has to happen.
So
you only got a couple of weeks before. You only got a couple of weeks before Money in the Bank. So you're going to have to introduce the third person before then.
Normally, this is where I would say you were 100% wrong with everything you said. But this is the case where you hit every point exactly. Rollins and Breakker need a signature win for forming their group, and this is the perfect spot to introduce that third person to help them get that signature win. So as much as I hate to say that I agree with you, I agree with you 100% on this one.
Mr. Torrent Crush, can you repeat what you opened up with again?
How about no?
Go ahead. Just let the world know. What did you say about me? That I'm right?
This is a case, a 1 in a million chance where Mr. T. Reese is in fact correct. And you know what? Much like I let you take the lead in predictions for the moment, I'll let you have this one too.
Okay. I like when you talk from a losing platform, but it's okay.
So let's take the opportunity for a bonus point on this one, then.
Here we go with the bonus. You sure you guys want to give me a bonus point here, right?
I actually think that this is going to help me get ahead of you guys. Who is the third man? If the third man debuts, who is the third man or woman?
Well, we don't know the position of the. Do we know how in the order of the show how they're coming out?
Mm-mm.
So I think
I would assume that the John Cena thing will either open the show or close the show.
Yeah.
And if John Cena opens the show, Jey Uso closes the show, or vice versa.
Yeah, the way I got it kind of laid out here, they kind of laid it out where that the Uso and Paul match, it will be the closing match.
Which makes sense because it's a title match. The
Right.
John Cena one is not a title match.
Right. So, I mean, being that he's wrestling again, he'll be wrestling I'm going to assume that he's going to be the last match, Logan Paul. So I can't even pick Logan Paul right now.
But there's a possibility that Cody returns as well in the John Cena R-Truth match. So if that's the case, then that could be the main event. So it's kind of hard to say, right? Like,
yeah,
if John Cena and R-Truth are in fact the main event, then something's going to happen in that match. If it's somewhere else outside of the main event picture, then it's just going to be like, we'll get to it in a minute. But I doubt there'll be a return in that match. That match is not the main event.
listen, I've been so hooked on Logan Paul being the third person that the way it looks like the match is going to be structured, I don't think he's going to come out as the third person. That's if the third person shows up tonight.
Guy's been saying this for weeks, and now he can't stand on his own 2 feet here.
No, it's not that. It's just that logically speaking, the way the matches are set up, there's no way Logan Paul debuts as the third person and then wrestles the match after. Makes no sense. So, we're just going to pick people because there's a high chance that they're not going to have a third person show up to this show.
Well, this match has to, if that doesn't happen, that this match then has some kind of implosion by CM Punk and Sami Zayn, right? Because like you're not just gonna beat CM Punk clean. He's your biggest babyface on Raw right now.
Can I make my bonus point pick?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Since T is too afraid to do it, it's going to be Sami Zayn.
Ooh.
All right.
Sami Zayn's going to turn heel on Punk and join Rollins' group.
You think so?
Yep.
Ooh, there's a nice little wrench in the water there. Oh, Mike's keeping kind of quiet over there. No reaction out of that guy, huh? He putting the poker face on. What do you think about that? What do you think? What do you think about it being Sami Zayn turning on him?
I was actually going to say the same thing.
All right, then I agree with all three of you.
It makes so, you know what? It makes so much sense. Like it is the exact swerve that makes a ton of sense. The only logic hole that I see in that is that if we do that, we absolutely do not get John Cena and CM Punk at Money in the Bank.
Right.
That's the only logic hole that I see to that Sami Zayn happening.
I think I disagree with you. And the only
Money in the Bank,
well, the fact of that, logically speaking, he would have to feud with Jay. It wouldn't be CM Punk; it would be Jay.
But that, you know what, and that's the second point, right? Because like they're very clearly building the title to go back to Rollins, right? So, you know what? I'm talking myself out of it being Sami Zayn. No, it's not going to be Sami Zayn.
Who's it going to be?
The story doesn't make any sense for it to be Sami Zayn. Like with the story that they're trying to tell, as much as they want, because they want to put a title on Sami, right? And like feuding with Jay. I mean, maybe at a later point, it makes sense. Like when we do the rematch of Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso for that title, turning Sami then makes a lot of sense.
Wait, let me ask you: was Ethan involved in anything in NXT in terms of any major story? I didn't check it out.
He got beat by Miles a week ago.
Him and Ricky are still feuding.
There's my pick.
Ethan.
The reason I'm saying it is that the pattern makes sense. So if I'm going to remove Sami Zayn from this, it would have to be Ethan because Bron Breakker's a former NXT person. Seth keeps bringing up about, bringing in the new, getting rid of the old. And the only person that's kind of sitting in NXT that's seasoned and could probably pull off being a complete jerk on TV is Ethan to me. I'm taking Ethan.
So if we're talking ourselves out of Sami Zayn, I have a thought on somebody who's been out injured and could come back
Hang
to
on, hang
assist.
on. I get to go now. I get to
Okay.
go now
I may have
because
changed my
I
pick,
could no
so
because you're gonna take the one that I'm gonna say,
okay, go
and
ahead.
I have a feeling I'm leaning towards two different people now.
Now you gotta pick one.
I have one.
Come on, roll the dice.
Bronson Bronson Reed.
Nope, that wasn't
Going
my
with
pick.
going with Bronson
Mm,
Reed. I think
mm.
Bronson Reed makes a lot of sense. Dude's been out for a while, and we haven't seen him in a while. I also kind of like the Austin Theory idea too, a little bit, but I'm gonna go with Bronson Reed.
I had
I,
completely forgotten about Bronson Reed, so he wasn't the person I was picking. The other,
I think that,
I was
yeah,
picking a certain Russian dragon.
no, that's not gonna happen.
No,
No,
no, no, I don't
he's a
think
baby
that's happening.
face.
And
Yeah,
plus,
I
they
mean,
already,
you can pick him if you want. Do you want to pick him? He's still hurt. He's not coming back anytime soon.
Is he though? We haven't heard anything about him at all,
I saw something
right?
on Twitter. I saw something on Twitter a couple of
Well,
weeks ago. He's still out for a
okay.
while.
Well, I mean, if you're saying he's still hurt, then I will stick with my Sami Zayn pick.
you know what?
I don't think any of us are going to be right, but we'll see what happens. Watch there be nobody, or
And,
watch it be like
well, that's why I said highly. I
Watch
mean,
it be a woman.
well, that's why I said it's highly likely it's probably not going to show a third person in this one. But if you're going to show a third person, it would make sense to do it here.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know though. I think a third person makes a lot of sense to be Sami Zayn, just not here. Sami Zayn does make a lot of sense, just not here. It makes a
well,
lot of sense when Seth Rollins is going up against Jay again. That
the
makes
only
a
reason
lot of
I'm
sense.
saying it's not Bron. I don't think it's Who'd you pick again?
you pick
Bronson.
Bronson Reed.
Bronson. It's because you got two powerhouses. You got two of the same wrestler. I just don't see how you would have two exact. I mean, they're both power. Him and Bron Breakker, they're both powerhouses.
They're
I just
different kinds of powerhouses,
no,
though.
no, no, no. But their style is the same. I just don't see how you can put two like wrestlers in a faction like that.
Perhaps,
Bron
but
is
I mean, yeah, but if you put somebody like Sami Zayn in there, he's exactly the same. I mean, he's similar to Seth Rollins, right?
yeah, but
Like, I think you put Bronson Reed in there, and he like here a 2 second fantasy booking. You put Bronson Reed in there, and they win that match, right? And they go on and do their own thing. You know what I have them do the very next week on Raw? Beat the New Day for the tag team titles.
Oh, yeah, like Breaker and Reed.
Immediately, Breaker and Reed beat the New Day and actually like give some credibility to those tag team titles because then you have them on a monster faction and like who's going to beat Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker?
well, that's my
Nobody.
point. I mean, you might as well just bring two heavyweights and just let them stand next to. Factions always had one enforcer. If you go through every faction in history, it's always one enforcer. You're gonna say they're gonna kind of skip over that pattern and just put two enforcers?
I mean, it's happened.
Who?
Any of the ones,
There's two enforcers.
any of the ones that had any of the big guy tag teams as part of them. I mean, it doesn't happen frequently, but I don't like off the top of my head, I can't think of it.
I
Right.
mean,
But what I'm saying is that who? There's never been one like that.
Batista and Triple H and Randy Orton.
We're
I
all
mean,
similar style for the
Batista
most
was
part.
the enforcer.
but they were all similar style. They're all big guys. I mean, Randy wasn't that big back in the day, but Triple H and Batista were huge.
But Batista was the enforcer. Triple H was the leader.
Same style wrestler, though.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. We're going off on a tangent here, though. So let's.
I'm taking Ethan Page.
And you're taking Sami Zayn,
Yes.
and I'm taking Bronson Reed. I think we're all going to be wrong, but we'll see what happens. So let's move on. For the WWE Championship, we've got champion Jey Uso going up against Logan Paul.
Hang on. I'm changing my Ethan Page to the Logan Paul. Sorry. And the reason now, I just thought about it. Seth Rollins. Somehow Cody's going to interfere in that match. Something's going to happen. That match isn't going to end. I'm telling you that right now. Nobody's getting pinned in that match. It's going to end with interference from Seth Rollins and Cody is going to come down and help Jay. That's what's going to happen. Seth's not even, trust me, Seth's going to get involved in that match. He's going to interfere in that match, try to get Logan Paul to win that match. And I think Cody, they're going to probably jump Jay. And then then Cody's going to come out and save him. That's what I think is going to happen. And it's going to show that Logan Paul is the third person.
I don't know. I think you're reaching there. I don't think they're going to put Cody. That's putting Cody on Raw. Like I don't think that's going to happen.
They don't have to. I mean, they've been cross-branding between that storyline the entire time.
I guess, but I mean that kind of puts Cody into the WWE Heavyweight Championship picture, and that is not
really not. He's helping out Jay.
Maybe. You know what? Maybe you're right. I still don't think it's going to be Logan Paul. To your earlier point of him having a match, it really depends on the placement on the card. So, but with that being said, so you think Jey Uso is going to retain?
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a pin in this match. I think it's going to be interfered. There's going to be disqualification. I don't think they're going to get anything out of this. They don't want Logan Paul to lose another match like this because he's been losing them left and right for these title matches. I just think that I don't think they're going to let him lose. I think this is going to be a DQ match.
I'm going to disagree, and I think that Jay's going to win clean. Logan Paul got his win at WrestleMania. I think that that's sufficient for Logan Paul. I think Logan Paul always comes out and challenges the new champion. He did it with Roman. He did it with Cody. He's doing it with Jay. I think it's just an opportunity to get Logan Paul on a card, have him have a high-profile match, and then he will lose, and then he will disappear until SummerSlam, and he'll have a high-profile feud with Mr. Beast.
Logan Paul is going to lose. So Jey Uso is going to win via a clean win, except there is going to be a distraction. No actual interference, but Gunther is going to distract Logan Paul.
That makes a lot of sense. We are going to have a program between Gunther and Logan Paul at some point. Like I could absolutely see that based on their in-ring segment the other day. I could absolutely see that.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're figuring though if that also, according to my theory, would include Seth Rollins.
Gunther wants to face Jay.
Don't forget, Seth Rollins had a conversation with Gunther about this whole thing. Let's not forget that.
That's fine.
I think he was just kind of keeping himself in the title picture, though. Like, I mean,
well,
which is good. They're building a universe around that title where it's not just like a week by week feud, right? Like, there's multiple people vying for that title, which, like, in actuality, is a good thing that they're doing that because it kind of adds a little bit of credibility to that title versus like. Because everybody knows that's the secondary title, right? Like that's John Cena's title, Cody's title, Roman's title, right? That's the title. Like this is the secondary B show title, So, but if you have it involved in multiple storylines, like interweaving and a bunch of different people interweaving and stuff like that, and as I'm saying this out loud, it makes no sense for Logan Paul to join Seth Rollins' group because Seth Rollins wants that title. So, like. I don't know. I don't see it. But we'll see. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
Like I said, listen, Logan Paul's been showing up every single time Seth gets involved with Jay. Every single time.
All right, well, we'll see. So we all have Jay retaining the title in one fashion or another, be it interference or be it just a clean win.
Yep.
So then this takes us to the main event of John Cena versus R-Truth. Well, hopefully the main event. I would assume likely, but we'll see. So I'll kick it back to you, Sean.
Obviously, we know John Cena's winning this. R-Truth has zero chance whatsoever. And honestly, I expect this to be more of a segment than a match at the end of it all. There's going to be goofy shenanigans. R-Truth is going to do his usual little Jimmy, you were my childhood hero, want Cena. This isn't you. Cena's going to kick the shit out of him. And then Cody potentially is going to come out and save him. Regardless, it's not going to be a true match. And Cena wins relatively dominantly. Because in 2025, who the hell cares about this?
I completely agree. I think exactly what you said is exactly what's going to happen. Maybe with or without Cody returning. But I mean, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. T?
We lost him for a sec.
Can you hear me?
I think we lost your video, but
yeah, I know. I'm trying to fix it. It says experience. Please enable access to your camera. I already did that.
oh, we lost Sean too.
I'm here.
Oh, this is weird.
This is high quality entertainment right here, guys.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, it's T that broke it.
I don't know what happened. But anyways, what was your question again?
John Cena and R-Truth.
John Cena and R-Truth. I agree with Sean. The fact that this isn't going to be any type of match, I think it's a waste of time. This is hoping it opens. I hope we just get it over with. I just want to get it over with because I just know we're not getting anything out of this match. The only potential is the Cody return, but I just don't. There's nothing about this match that interests me. That WWE's better do something to interest us into this match, and it would be a doggone shame if they end the show on this match, which they shouldn't be, in my opinion. But knowing WWE and John Cena, it probably will be the last match of the night. I do think Cena's going to retain. I think there's going to be just a lot of talking and jibber jabbering going on in the ring. You know, R-Truth trying to show him the way, running around the ring, trying to show him, oh, this ain't, this isn't the John I know. You're going to hear a lot of that. I just think that at some point they're going to get into like some sort of scuffle in the middle ring. It's going to have to you him, and that's it.
This isn't even a title match, right?
No.
Yeah.
Non-title match.
And I feel like that makes it even worse. Like, there's literally no stakes to the match either. Even though we know Cena was going to win regardless, zero stakes to the match.
Yeah, completely. I completely agree. I think Sean, as I mentioned, to your point, that is exactly what's going to happen. There's no chance. I mean, this is going to be more of a segment than a match. They don't have enough time. This is a 2-hour show. You don't have enough time for 5 matches, especially since I think all of the other matches. Maybe not the women's match, but I think the 3 matches that anybody cares about on this show are going to go long.
Here we go.
So that's it, guys. We have an echo. Coming
it's from
Where's it coming from?
You.
There's an echo too. Jeez, man. You know what?
All these technical difficulties from our supposed champ.
Unbelievable.
There we go. He muted himself.
Yeah. So yeah, this is high quality stuff going on right here. But as I mentioned, still this guy with the echo.
It's still there?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. All right. Listen, are we done with this?
Just mute yourself for the moment.
We're done. So that's our predictions, guys. Thank you so much for joining us through all of our technical difficulties at the end of this one. We'll have this posted up. So our official predictions are as follows. Sean has Chelsea Green. Terrence and I have Zelina Vega. We all have Drew McIntyre. We all have Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker. For our bonus, Sean has Sami Zayn. I have Bronson Reed. Terrence has Logan Paul. We all have Jey Uso retaining in some fashion, and we all have John Cena winning in some fashion. So let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you think we're right or wrong, you think there's going to be any surprises or any upsets here. And also, who do you think the bonus third man is going to be if they even debut tonight? So let us know what you guys think. And as always, enjoy Saturday night's main event tonight and all of the wrestling that you guys are going to get to see tomorrow as well. There's going to be a lot of good content. So as always, smash that like and subscribe button. We really appreciate it. Have a great evening and take care.